This Islamic story will change your life. Hazrat Ali's radiallahu anhu quote explained like never before. Have you ever lost an opportunity because you hesitated for just a second? What if that one moment could have changed your entire life? Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu once said something so powerful that it shakes every heart that hears it. Today, I'm about to share a story, a mysterious, emotional, thrilling story of a student whose life was transformed by this quote. By the end of this video, you will never look at fear and opportunities the same way again. In the old city of Kufa, where narrow streets carried whispers of scholars and the scent of old manuscripts, lived a young student named Harith. Harith was a bright boy with eyes full of dreams, but a heart chained by fear and bashfulness. He longed to become a scholar known for wisdom and courage, but every time an opportunity came to him, his heart trembled and his tongue froze. One day, while sitting in the corner of the Grand Mosque courtyard, he overheard people speaking about a great teacher who had returned from travel. Sheikh Yunus, a man beloved for his knowledge and feared for his ability to read the hearts of his students. Harith hesitated to approach him, but destiny pushed him forward when the teacher's gaze unexpectedly fell upon him. "You," the sheikh said, pointing gently, "come here." Harith felt his legs trembling as he stepped toward him. Sheikh Yunus looked at him with deep, calm eyes and said, "Why do you hide your light? What keeps you buried?" Harith stuttered and struggled to answer, but the teacher raised a hand. "Do not speak yet. Your eyes tell me the truth. Fear and bashfulness, yes?" Harith lowered his head silently. The sheikh nodded as if he had heard an entire confession. "Sit. Let me tell you a story. Maybe then you will understand what Hazrat Ali, our dad, meant when he said, 'The consequence of fear is disappointment, and of bashfulness is frustration. Opportunity passes away like the cloud. Therefore, make use of good opportunities.' Listen carefully, for this story is not entertainment. It is a mirror for your soul." And so the sheikh began, his voice echoing like a soft call of destiny. Many years ago, there was a young man named Salman in a distant village surrounded by mountains that touched the sky. Salman was gifted, his mind sharp, his courage hidden beneath layers of self-doubt. The villagers loved him for his kindness, yet no one knew how deeply he feared failure. One night, the village elder came to him in urgency. "Salman," he said, "there is a dangerous mystery in the valley. Strange lights appear, animals flee, and travelers vanish. We need someone brave, someone wise, someone sincere to investigate." Salman felt his heart rise at the thought of being chosen. But fear stabbed his confidence. "Why me?" he asked. "There are stronger men than I." The elder looked at him sadly and said, "Strength is not always in muscles. Sometimes it lies in the soul. You have a chance to prove yourself. This opportunity may not come again." But Salman refused. Fear swallowed his chance. The elder sighed deeply and left. Days later, disaster struck. A beast from the valley descended upon the village. The elders had no answers. The people panicked, and Salman, filled with guilt, watched helplessly as the opportunity he rejected returned in the form of regret. In shame, he finally gathered courage and entered the valley alone. The path was cold and dark, filled with strange echoes. He felt watched. His breath shook, but he continued. Inside the valley, he discovered a hidden cave glowing with unnatural light. The source was an old man, chained and weak, yet radiating wisdom. "Who are you?" Salman asked. The old man raised his head slowly. "I am Malik, guardian of this valley. I was trapped by a creature born of darkness. Your village was meant to help free me long ago, but every chosen man turned away in fear. You too delayed." Salman felt shame burning inside him. "I'll let fear rule me," he whispered. Malik nodded sadly. "Fear is a thief. It steals opportunity, honor, courage, and time. But the worst it steals is the person you could have been." Then the cave rumbled, and from the shadows emerged the creature. Huge, black as night, eyes glowing like burning coal. Salman trembled. He thought of running. He thought of crying. But then he remembered the elder's words. He remembered his village. He remembered the disappointment caused by fear. So he took a deep breath and stood firm. The creature charged. Salman dodged, using his wit instead of strength. He led the creature toward a weak point in the cave wall he had noticed earlier. With a final desperate push, he caused the wall to collapse on the beast. Dust filled the cave. Silence returned. The old guardian was freed. "You have done what many feared," Malik said, placing a hand on his head. "You learned courage the hard way, but you learned it in time." When Salman returned to the village, he was not the same shy boy. He became a man shaped by consequences and reborn by action. Sheikh Yunus paused and looked at Harith, whose eyes were now wide with emotion. "Do you understand the message?" he asked softly. Harith nodded slowly, but his eyes showed confusion. The sheikh continued, "Salman wasted opportunities because of fear. His fear led to disappointment, not just for himself, but for his people. When he was shy to step forward, when he doubted his calling, frustration filled his heart. And when opportunity passed because of his hesitation, it never returned the same way. My son, opportunities are like clouds. They move, they shift, they disappear. If you wait, if you fear, if you hide behind shyness by the time you decide to act, the cloud has passed and the rain has fallen somewhere else." Hazrat Ali, our Dawah, spoke these words to awaken people like you. People with hearts full of potential but chained by fear. You think your silence protects you? No, it buries you alive. Harith felt tears forming. "But Sheikh," he whispered, "what if I fail?" Sheikh Yunus smiled. "Failure is not the enemy. Inaction is. A man who tries may fall, but a man who fears will never rise. And in the day of judgment, Allah will not ask you, 'Why did you fail?' He will ask, 'Why did you not try?' Tell me, Harith, how long will you let fear decide your future? How long will you let bashfulness silence your purpose?" The question pierced Harith's soul. Memories flashed before him. Moments when he wanted to speak but remained silent. Chances to excel that he avoided. Opportunities he watched others take while he stood aside. And for the first time, he felt the weight of his lost moments. That night, Harith returned home but could not sleep. The story of Salman echoed in his mind with each heartbeat. He realized the story was not about a faraway boy, but about him. Fear had stolen too many of his opportunities. Bashfulness had locked him away from greatness. He stood up, washed his face, and prayed deeply, asking Allah to give him courage like Salman found in the valley. With renewed spirit, Harith began transforming his life. He volunteered to lead recitations in the mosque. He answered questions confidently in lessons. He helped younger students with patience. One day, Sheikh Yunus announced a new scholarly journey to Basra, where great knowledge awaited. Many students hesitated, afraid of the long road, the unknown dangers, the difficulty. But Harith stepped forward first. "I will go, Sheikh," he said with firm conviction. The sheikh smiled knowingly. "Finally, you understand the quote." The journey was long, filled with trials, storms, sickness, bandits. Yet Harith faced them with a heart that no longer bowed to fear. He remembered every moment that hesitation once stole from him, and he fought with courage born from faith. Years passed. Harith became one of the most respected scholars of his era. People traveled from far lands to learn from him. And whenever a trembling student came to him, asking how to overcome fear, he would tell them the same story Sheikh Yunus once told him. The story of Salman, the valley, the guardian, the beast, and the opportunity lost and regained. And he always ended with the same quote. "The consequence of fear is disappointment, and of bashfulness is frustration. Opportunity passes away like the cloud. Therefore, make use of good opportunities." Hazrat Ali, and every time he spoke it, he felt the valley inside himself, the one he once feared to cross, now a garden of courage blooming with lessons. And thus Harith's life itself became the proof of the quote. When fear rules you, you lose. When courage leads you, Allah opens doors you never imagined. And so the story continues, from teacher to student, generation after generation, reminding hearts that fear is the greatest prison, But courage is the key given by Allah to those who dare to act. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you of the opportunities you lost, and if it awakened even a small spark of courage inside you, then don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel because we share powerful Islamic stories, teachings of the Sahaba, rare wisdom from the scholars, and life-changing reminders that guide your heart closer to Allah. Like, comment, and share this video so others can benefit too. Become part of this growing family of hearts seeking light. Your support spreads knowledge, and knowledge spreads blessings. Subscribe now, and let's grow together.